The Haunting of Baby Blue Moccasins by Ruben. In a time when the winds of change blew cold and the shadows of the past lingered like phantoms in the night, there lived a woman named Annie. After a series of harrowing experiences in the city, she decided it was time to escape the maddening cacophony of urban life. Annie longed for a place far removed from the hustle and bustle, where she could raise her 2 daughters in tranquility. After months of searching, Annie stumbled upon an ancient, decrepit house nestled deep in the countryside. She saw potential in the dilapidated structure and set out to transform it into a splendid home for her family. It took time, patience, and an unwavering determination to breathe life back into the old house, but Annie succeeded. The day the last nail was driven in, the house stood anew, ready to welcome its new occupants. Annie, her 2 daughters, and a joyful rescue dog they named Oscar, moved into their newfound haven with excitement and enthusiasm. The rolling hills and the whispering trees seemed like an idyllic backdrop for their fresh start. Life felt perfect, and the future seemed filled with endless possibilities. But as the days passed and the seasons changed, an eerie presence began to seep into the house. Strange occurrences plagued the family. It all began when Annie's youngest daughter stumbled upon a pair of old moccasin shoes in the attic. These shoes were unlike any other she had seen, a beautiful baby blue adorned with gemstones that glistened like the night sky. Her heart swelled with curiosity, and she could not resist the temptation to slip them on and prance around the house. One evening, as her daughter slumbered peacefully, Annie entered her room with a sense of unease. She tiptoed toward the shoes, as if guided by an invisible hand, and without hesitation, she discarded them into a trash can at the back of the house, far away from her child's innocent eyes. The following day, just before the trash pickup, the 2 sisters were playing in the yard, and a sharp-eyed trash collector noticed the discarded baby blue moccasins. He called out to the girls, inquiring if these shoes belonged to them, before nonchalantly tossing them into the trash truck. The younger daughter, who had been yearning for her lost treasure, was devastated. She retrieved the moccasins from the trash, hidden beneath her sweater, and secreted them beneath her bed, where they waited, gleaming with misplaced desire. That fateful night, the younger daughter was startled from her sleep by a presence at the foot of her bed. Her heart raced as she beheld a nightmarish visage, an old hag, a spectral crone, her eyes like twin black holes, staring into her soul. She tried to scream but found her voice silenced by an unseen hand. Desperation welled within her as she shook her older sister awake. "Look, there's an old hag at the edge of our bed," she whispered in terror. The elder sister, awakened to the same ghastly sight, noticed the outstretched hand of the hag, fingers trembling, pointing to something unseen. It was then that they comprehended the root of their torment, the baby blue moccasins. The hag was searching for her cherished footwear, demanding its return. Screams pierced the night, summoning Annie to the room in a frenzied panic. She found her daughters' faces contorted with fear, their eyes filled with the dread of something beyond the realm of comprehension. The younger daughter clutched the moccasins beneath her sweater, her secret treasure now a cursed burden. Annie, in the face of her daughter's terror, sought answers. She tried to pry the truth from their trembling lips but found only whispers and hesitations. It was evident that they held a secret, one that connected to the shoes, and this unspoken secret fanned the flames of malevolent energy within the house. The hag spirit, unable to contain her fury at the loss of her beloved shoes, unleashed a torrent of violence upon the house. Furniture flew through the air, windows shattered, and the walls echoed with otherworldly wails. Their loyal dog Oscar, once a beacon of joy and comfort, fled the house, as if pursued by invisible hands. Desperation led Annie to decipher the root of the haunting, and slowly, as if piecing together a puzzle, she unraveled the chilling tale of the old hag. The wailing spirit, once an elderly woman who had suffered a terrible fate, had become bound to the baby blue moccasins, her only connection to the mortal realm. To rest in peace, the spirit yearned for the return of her beloved shoes. Realizing that the only way to end the torment was to reunite the spirit with her cherished footwear, the elder daughter, guided by empathy, decided to face the malevolent entity. She retrieved the baby blue moccasins from beneath her bed and, with trepidation in her heart, brought them to the haunted room. As the daughter placed the moccasins on the floor, a spectral hand reached out, trembling fingers grasping the shoes. The room shuddered as the hag spirit, a semblance of sadness in her ghastly visage, donned her beloved moccasins once more. Slowly, she faded into the ether, her agonized wails replaced by a whisper of gratitude. The haunting that had plagued their lives was finally lifted, and peace descended upon the old house. Oscar, their faithful companion, found his way back home, his joyful barks filling the air once more. As Annie and her daughters settled into a harmonious life, they realized that sometimes, the ghosts of the past could only find solace when their long-lost treasures were returned. Their newfound home, once a place of fear, became a sanctuary of hope, a testament to the power of empathy and the need for closure in a world where the past can never truly be forgotten. The years passed, and the family grew stronger. The scars of the haunting had healed, leaving behind valuable lessons. Annie became an advocate for researching the history of the places one chooses to live, understanding that every location carries its own tale, sometimes hidden and waiting to be discovered. The older daughter, now a young woman, pursued studies in anthropology, driven by her childhood experiences and the desire to explore the human connection to the supernatural. She embraced the lessons from the haunting, understanding the importance of empathy, compassion, and the need to seek closure for both the living and the departed. The younger daughter, with a heart filled with kindness, chose a path of healing and compassion. She volunteered at a local animal shelter, dedicating her time to helping dogs, like Oscar, find loving homes. It was her way of paying forward the happiness their faithful companion had brought to their lives. Annie's house, once a dark and haunted abode, became a symbol of transformation and resilience. The family turned it into a sanctuary for abandoned animals, a place where creatures who had faced hardship found love and care. The land that held a tormented soul now echoed with the joyful barks and playful gambols of animals, a testament to the healing power of love. The tale of the baby blue moccasins remained etched in the hearts of the family, a reminder that even the most terrifying experiences can be transformed into sources of strength and wisdom. Annie often told the story to her grandchildren, imparting the moral that understanding, empathy, and facing one's fears can pave the way to resolution and peace. And so, in the depths of the countryside, where the winds whispered through the trees and the stars painted a celestial tapestry, the family thrived. The haunting that had once plagued them had become a distant memory, replaced by a legacy of love, compassion, and the understanding that even the most haunted souls can find peace when offered a chance to let go of the past and embrace the light of a new beginning.